Hello everyone, welcome to the TechCert YouTube channel. Today I have some special material, so we will compare the three tools for the infrastructure as a code. First one the CloudFormation, then the AWS CDK, and at the end the Terraform. So I will show you how to solve the same problem using the three tools, and we will spot the differences. So let's dive in. So the project is added to the GitHub, so all the links you can find under the video. Here you can find the complete project with the README file, with the instruction, how to use commands, what it's about, and only the details. Additionally, I wrote a detailed post on a Medium, my first post on a Medium, so please give me some feedback, I will be more than happy. And this Medium post covers all the material, so you can also check that if you like. Today we will do one project but using three ways: CloudFormation, CDK and Terraform. Our architecture is straightforward, so we will use three core AWS services: Amazon API Gateway, AWS Lambda and Amazon S3. And user will call a public API gateway endpoint, which triggers a Lambda function, and that returns a simple hello world message. Additionally, a static HTML site is hosted on the S3 bucket. So yeah, that's it. Looks simple, let's do it. The first example will be the CloudFormation. In the project, when you clone that, you can find three directories. Let's start with the CloudFormation. Here we have the template YAML file and the index.html, so that will be we will be using later. Let's now focus on the template YAML. And yeah, CloudFormation is the AWS native tool for the infrastructure as a code. With CloudFormation, we define our resources using JSON or YAML templates. In our case, we will use the YAML format, and as you can see, the structure is user-friendly, but we need to know the resources which we want to use. Documentation is so you can use this as a support. But I recommend first watch some tutorials to get familiar to the most popular resources to just make that easier. So let's check. At the beginning we have some technical details like description or AWS template format version. Then we have resources defined. So in our case we have the S3 bucket for hosting the static website. We have Lambda function, which will return our message, and API gateway to invoke the Lambda. As you can see, we have some more resources which are needed proper deployment. So yeah, if you want to know details, as this is pretty common and popular, I will not explain that, but you can check on the documentation. And at the end we have also defined the outputs. That will be just for quicker access what we need. And yeah, that is look like. So let's try to deploy that. I will do this here, as you can just repeat my steps if you need to. So first I need to go to the CloudFormation directory, and then just I'm checking the README what I need to do. There is no need to remember everything. I will change the stack name to something what I will recognize, and yeah, I just ran it. So remember, if this is your first project, install all needed tools for that. Everything is described here what we will be using for the three projects, so just check. Yeah, let's check on the AWS if the stack is building. Yeah, it's done. So we can use the second command to check the outputs, but I will show you also the other way. So we added that because here on AWS in the CloudFormation you can search for the stack and then go to the stack and to the outputs, and here we have two links. And what is that? So first is the API endpoint, which we created. So that endpoint should return as a hello world message, and everything is correct. The status code is 200, so it's working, and the message is here. And next, the website URL. So we created a S3 bucket, and to hosting the website, but as you can see now it's 404 because we need to provide some index HTML file to our S3 bucket, and yeah, let's do this. So I will upload that. So in our project in CloudFormation directory, you have this index file that will be the same cases for the order examples. Just upload that manually. Yeah, it's added. So now you can refresh this link, and yeah, it's working. So that's it. Yeah, this is our simple architecture done by CloudFormation. One file, one deployment, everything is working, looks great. But yeah, so you can see how the CloudFormation is working. For bigger application, CloudFormation has some limitations such as template size restriction and lack of built-in loops. So for example, if you want to have three S3 buckets to store some things, you need to create three S3 bucket definition separately. It's not possible to just create a loop and create more of the buckets here. So yeah, something like that. And yeah, I think that's it from the CloudFormation side. Let's go to the next example. Next up is the AWS CDK, Cloud Development Kit. CDK allows you to use the favorite programming language if you which you want. In our case, we will use the Python, but you can use also TypeScript or Java or what you want. So this solution is better if someone don't like to write files in JSON or YAML, or just is a geek and like the solutions which are promoted by AWS, and to be up to date with all technical details and news. So yeah, let's check the file. Our main file is the app.python, and here we have defined our infrastructure. It's the same like for the CloudFormation. So yeah, here you can check if you forget that. So simple Amazon API Gateway, AWS Lambda, and S3 bucket. So yeah, at the beginning we have some imports, then we have defined this resources, and again some outputs to have quick access. Let's try to deploy that. So again, I will use my README file, and I need to change the directory. So let's go to the CDK. Okay, now we need to bootstrap. Then CDK. Right, and CDK deploy. Okay, our stack is created. So let's go again to the outputs. We have the API endpoint and the website URL. And again, the endpoint is working, our Lambda is triggered, so great. And now we need to remember about our S3 bucket to upload the index file to have the visibility. We have the new bucket. Let's upload the file. And let's refresh the page. Yeah, it's working. So yeah, that's the second solution. And now let's go to the Terraform by HashiCorp. For me, it's the most interesting because we have the ability to manage infrastructure across multiple cloud providers, including AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Platform, and many others. I was also the less experienced in the Terraform, so that was the most interesting for me because I learned something new during work on this project. And yeah, let's dive in. If you are seeing Terraform code for the first time, you might be wondering where is the main file here. As you can see, we have a lot of files, and I will say something more about that. So in our example, we don't need to have the main file because it will be empty. We have three AWS resources, some outputs, file with provider and variables. We will check that. And most normally in bigger projects we will have the main file, and you will define modules in this file. This is similar like in CloudFormation nested stacks. So you can reuse that to build similar things, and you will have only one definition. And here instead we have separated the resources into individual files, and Terraform automatically loads and combines all the TF files in the working directory into a configuration. So in our case we don't need to worry about the input place. Let's check the variables file. So here we have defined some variables which are used in the code, in the resources. In the provider, we added AWS because we're building our solution on the AWS, but if you want to use Azure, you can add the configuration for Azure. We have also outputs, again, for quickly access our resources which we need. And here will be it maybe not tricky part, but something interesting. So that looks the simple configuration for the Lambda function in Terraform. And as you can see, we didn't have the Lambda code, but we want to have the hello world message. So in our case, we will have the Lambda defined separately, again in Python. As you can see here, we have this simple message, and in the Lambda TF file, we have the redirection here for the Lambda zip file. But we didn't have the zip file. Let's take this Lambda Python file and just use the 7-zip to compress that to the zip. Yeah, and now we have the Lambda zip file, so that will be used during the deployment. Other definition looks very simple, and this is taken from the documentation of the Terraform. So yeah, let's go to this deployment part. Again, I will use the README file. So let's go to this part with the Terraform. Let's go to the correct directory and run Terraform init. I will copy that. You can see that a new folder is created. Then we will run the Terraform plan and Terraform apply. Let's check the endpoint and the website. The endpoint is working correctly. Before we will check the website, we need to remember to upload the index file. We have our simple HTML page. Yeah, let's use the Terraform file. Yeah, and now let's check the link. Yeah, it's working. And that's it. Okay, so that's all. We saw the three ways of the implementation: the CloudFormation, CDK, and Terraform. The best choice depends on your preferences. If you like to use the CloudFormation or the CDK because you like only programming in Python or TypeScript, let's do this. If you want to do something for the multiple cloud solution, use the Terraform, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks, and please hit the subscription button because we want to reach the 1000 subscribers to unlock the AdSense. Thank you for watching. Bye.